Again, you have the room number, the date, and the time. I expect you to be there. I just kept the same rooms and times. I just kept it. Y'all feel like you want to shuffle around? We'll talk about that. But I just kept the same room numbers and times every time we meet. I did take this plan through December. Because over Christmas, I'll reevaluate and see what needs to happen next over the second semester. See where we are, what needs to happen, what are we seeing in our observations, what are we seeing in our walkthroughs, and then move forward from there for second semester. So you have a plan through December 6th. Okay? The one-to-one initiative. And Canvas. Canvas is a learning management system. It is how our teachers will communicate with our kids. You'll upload assignments. You can, I think, Barbara, there's a chat feature in Canvas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can use the chat feature in Canvas with your kids. But a caveat to that is that our students must have an email address. Okay? Now there are times when I really have tried to hold this off as much as I can, but the email addresses are coming out, and they're coming out probably next week. Okay? Barbara and Brittany, we really have tried to hold this off because it's just a lot. It's a lot at once. The bottom line was we have to meet with students to tell them what to do. And so, how do we meet with students? Do we come in your classroom? Do we bring them to the lab? Do we bring them to the media center? I don't like all that transition. So what Barbara and Brittany have done, in your folder you'll see a schedule. It was about the best thing we could think to do, y'all. The least intrusive thing we could think to do. I told them they had this week to get the information to the kids. Okay? So they're going to be in your room. There's a schedule, about 10 to 15 minutes. They tell you exactly when they're coming in. It's only during second period, because that's when we have all of our children here. So please make your plans. I'm sorry this is late. I know it's late. It's the day before, and I don't typically like to do that in teachers. I'm sorry. But week before last at my principal's meeting, it was, this is coming, get it done, figure it out. And I'm sorry.
But make sure they know that that's not the only time we will have to have those kids.
Well, I know, we got a code for you. Because I'm not sure, the district has been going back and forth about how to deliver the emails, what happens if a kid loses their password, what is the reset, protocol, all of those things have been happening. Because inevitably the kids are going to lose it. They're going to lose it. And is it their NCWise number that's their address?
The NCWise number is their email address. It is also their net ID. A net ID, in layman's terms, is how you log on to your computer. So, and they are, although the numbers are the same, or although the login is the same, there is initially two separate passwords. One secret code for email, which is universal throughout our district, so you don't go saying that out loud for a lot of reasons. And then the second one will be their birth date, and that is for their net ID. But on the initial login,
I've been in the meetings.
on the initial logins, the bottom line is, as soon as we have them touch a networked computer, we need them to change their password for their net ID immediately, and we need to then have them log into their email and change that password immediately.
So what Barbara and Brittany and I went back and forth with, do we bring them out of class into the lab in the media center, because it would probably take half an hour to get everybody to do that, half an hour to 45 minutes. I mean, now we're not going to do that. And we really tried to think about it. We still don't have the greatest plan in the world, but it's the only thing we can come up with that seems to be the least intrusive to your class time. However, it does involve either taking away a lab for a day and some of your kids, like we do pictures, or taking away the netbooks for 2 weeks. We're going to let you choose.
Phoenix blog in the upper left-hand corner.
Now, I need you to understand something. Your first choice is, remember how we did pictures during second period? Send them down alphabetically or whatever, and they go to a lab, which means that day, we've got to have the labs.
Except Mr. Horton's class. We would
Except
leave
Mr.
him.
Horton's class.
But
We gotta have the, huh?
with 2 labs, we could get this done in 1 day.
Or, we do it during lunch, and but we gotta take the netbooks during lunch.
And they could come back to your class late. If they start the process, I mean, because they've got to eat lunch too. So the kids have to have an opportunity to A, eat lunch, and then B, come over to our table and on the netbooks, do the network login, change their password, go into their email, change their password, and log out of everything. Yes.
Would you do that by
So what you're saying is, if you go
Hold up, I can't hear. Go ahead, Mr. Mark.
What I was gonna say, basically what you're saying is, if we go into the lab, we may be giving up a period, but we'll get them all squared away during that period, right? I mean, we're trying to.
There's no good way to get
Probably
1,000
not.
children. They have to log in and reset. That's what they have to do.
To get the entire kid population through those labs, we will probably have to start in the morning, call them by alphabet, out of various and sundry classes, get them up there, spend 10 minutes with them, get them out, and then call another group. And it will probably go on all day. Because I mean, there's just that many kids.
To get them in the lab.
And it'll
So
probably
the
be
two
the
labs,
same. Yeah.
first period, if your last name begins with A through D, go to the lab, blah, blah, blah. Go back. Now, let's say we come on it, there's just gonna be a lot of interruptions. That's all I want you to understand. It's either take the netbooks out of circulation for 2 weeks and do it at lunch, or take 1 day and have a lot of interruptions and send them to the lab. But this has to be done. Our timeline has been October, like the 1st of October.
But during lunch periods, you have to realize, I mean, Brittany and I would be down there with those netbooks the entire it's okay. We don't mind being down there for 2 weeks. But, because it is whatever is in the best interest of these kids in your classes. However, you gotta be realizing that if a child starts that process with us and that bell rings, too bad. They're gonna come back late.
That schedule that you see in here is just, we're gonna talk to them about email. That's all we're doing this week.
Is give
Next
them a
week or the
promotional
following
video.
week is when we start, because once we deliver their email, some of our teachers in here are ready for Canvas. And so because they're ready, the students need the email.
And they need the login, because the login, their net ID is their Canvas login.
I know, I'm still not clear on
I
that.
know we have a few questions about how to get to the blog, so I'm going to demonstrate that one more time. Remember, you can bookmark this once you're there. If you're logged into your email,
Just explain,
you may not be able to get on your email. They're upgrading our network right now, and so
think
you may
about
have some trouble with
I
it.
love that.
So if you click,
But if I take your first period,
log into your email,
and I take your second period, some of those same students have already done it. We can't be sure, the only.
y'all listening?
Well, yeah, we got.
Okay, you might not be logged
Okay,
in.
this is what I'm gonna do. Just stop.
Okay.
This is what I will do. I need you to vote by tomorrow afternoon. Tonight, I'm gonna send you an email, step by step, how to get to that blog. Some of you have been, because you're responding. I hope all of you figure out how to get there, because I need you to respond.
I
Yes.
just always go back to your original email because I couldn't get it to stay in documents.
I'm gonna send you step-by-step instructions and the link. Okay? I just need you to vote by tomorrow afternoon. Yes, Ms. Cuthbert?
Can we clarify that it's not taking the netbook out of circulation every day, every period?
Third period, for 2
Just
weeks.
third period.
Well, third period, and remember, they don't last all day long. So if they could be scheduled first period and second period, and then you can't do a fourth period.
But I just want the staff to know that it's not every day.
It's not, But you can't use them first, second, third, and fourth.
They will
Because
not.
they're not going to last without being recharged.
Thank you.
And we will try to schedule the labs on the least intrusive day that you are scheduled. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, either way, we've got to do it. So, there's no easy way. If you have a better idea, email it. I mean, really.
Taking them out of classes all day long, you're overlapping kids again, and you can't be sure you get them all.
We have to check them out. We have to check them all.
They don't have enough time to eat now. I can't see them wanting to do this very long.
Well,
Wait, Ms. Hopkins. Oh, no. They've got plenty of time to eat. Because they got time to go stand in that bathroom. They got time to sit out there on those things out there and act crazy. They got enough time to socialize. They got plenty of time.
I'll go down there.
You may not have enough time. Okay, you may not, but those kids have plenty of time to eat because they're not eating. They're getting too much junk. They're on their phone, they're socializing. It's like saying they don't have enough time between classes. Well, they do. It's just Johnny doesn't have enough time to walk here and around there, stop, go back to them, and get water, and get back to them. They will figure it out.
How do you make sure they do it?
we'll have a check
You don't
off.
worry about that. We'll worry about that. I want the staff to tell us what you want us to do. We'll figure out how to get all of it done. I just want your preference. Lunch or an all-day event. Lunch for 2 weeks or an all-day event. It doesn't matter. We're ready for whatever you choose. We will figure out how to get the kids through. That's our job. Your job is to tell me what you want.
Okay.
I'll send them an email.
I think she wants to show the. You wanna show
It doesn't matter, it's up to you. Would y'all prefer to see the video we will show tomorrow, or just be surprised in your class second period?
Tomorrow, they start tomorrow.
No, tomorrow, yeah.
Some of them.
Yeah, not all of them, but it'll be this week.
They'll be surprised.
Okay, then we won't take your time.